I'm with here Sasha Flek, or Alexandr officially, Sasha Flek from the Czech Republic. He's a publisher, theologian, and Bible translator. He never imagined that he would author a best-selling book that people would actually want to read, but he's actually best known as the head translator of the modern Czech Bible translation, Bible 21. But now his bestseller is Parabible, his latest title that's in its sixth printing and has had 25,000 copies printed since its release a year ago. This is remarkable given that Sasha says the Czech people in general hate religion. So we are wondering, what's so compelling about this title? Why are they digging into it? What is the Parabible, Sasha?
Yes, hello, and thank you for having me. I think the success of the Parabible, of course, is a surprise to me in the first place, but I think the answer might be, this is the old good gospel. This is the returning the good and the good news. It's surprising for many readers and now also listeners on radio that Jesus is so good and that the things he had to say are so powerful and relevant for today. So how it happened, or what Parabible is, basically it's the paraphrase of the Bible, but more loose paraphrase than usually, like with the Message, for example, or the Living Translation. Those were still loose translations, whereas Parabible is really a retelling. It's not just a translation into contemporary language. It's relocation of those stories and sayings, not just into contemporary language, but into contemporary setting. So basically, the imagination is, how would Jesus live, what he would say, and how his story would unravel if he lived today in the Czech Republic.
It sounds fascinating. Can you give me a few examples?
So yeah, well, for example, we have such a idyllic idea now about the nativity scene, about the Christmas story, but it was a very, very dangerous situation, and there was a lot of fear and a lot of controversy about this whole thing. So when I said it in the contemporary Czech setting, Jesus was born under a bridge on a mattress by a teenage mother who was not married, and in a religious setting where you should be publicly executed for all this. So the story becomes very relevant when it's put in the contemporary setting. And so the first who learn about it are not shepherds, because we don't have any shepherds in Prague. These are the garbage men in our situation who are up. Everyone else is sleeping, but they are up very early to start their vehicles and get going. So that's one example. Or another example is the first disciples Jesus calls are not, of course, in our setting, are not mending their nets, but they are managing the nets. They are IT people, managing the networks. And in Czech, you can use the same language to create some humor. And I think humor also helps Parabible, because already since the Greek drama, we know that humor opens up people. And when they open up, when they're laughing, when their mouth is open, you can put something in, something that they will swallow.
Yeah.
And so the point of the story might be very serious, but as they laugh, people become basically they become defenseless, and so the point can come in. So yes, it's very surprising how well this has been accepted, and people are buying it and spreading in believers and non-believers actually. And now the secular national radio is broadcasting the whole thing over the whole month of December.
That's fantastic. What an opportunity to witness to your nation. And you had told me earlier that from attending Lit World in Singapore last year, the phrase, what was the phrase that caught your attention?
The phrase was right local, no.
Think local.
Think locally, right globally. And this has really encouraged me. Coming from a small nation in Central Europe, many people can't even locate Czech Republic on the map. I was thinking maybe this blessing that Parabible unexpectedly became for this country might not be necessarily just for this country. And so my friends or people that I didn't know from other countries now are approaching me and our publishing house about translations into other languages. And those would not just be translations, but again, contextualization in the other settings. So some are underway right now, which is fantastic.
That's wonderful. Well, I will personally be praying for the English recontextualization because I would love to read it myself. Thank you so much, Sasha.
I hope so. Thank you so much. God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.